Hello, everyone. This is Kay Ranma, and I hope you're having a great day. Today, I am going to be watching Overlord Season 4, Episode 6. So, for our last episode, it was the beginning of Ainge's trip to the Dwarven village. And while there, he met Gondo Firebeard, who wants to get into rune craft. He wants to work with runes, make rune weapons, but he has no talent. But Ein said he's still going to bankroll him anyway. Just do what you can. And while they were there, they discovered that a group of Quagoa are about to attack a Dwarven town, a city. I don't remember the name of it. And Saltier showcased some of her abilities, some of her strategic skills. It was very impressive. It was very, I loved it a lot. Hoping they showcase some more of that in this episode. But at the moment, they're gonna rush over to try and save the dwarves. And like I said, Ainz just has the best luck. Now they're gonna owe him. Alright, but yes, that was the last episode. Anything else happened? Albedo and Demiurge both had a conversation where they misconstrued Ainge's plans, and now they think he's got a million billion ideas when he barely has one right now. Just learn about runes and help out the dwarves. So, funny, very funny. But I think that's everything. Cocytus is a pervert, but that's about it. So let's begin. Starting now. Oh snap. Yes, so start off right in the middle of it. Oh yeah, and the CG for the Quagoa was pretty good. I wonder how it's going to mesh, because the dwarves are drawn, the Quagoa are CG, so I wonder how they're going to mesh together. The dwarves more character. By making the Quagoa just CG, they're almost like stormtroopers. They don't really have any personalities, any separate characters. Yeah. Yeah, a real interesting thing about this story is how ingrained the fear of the undead is for all living creatures. So it's played as, why don't you just, accept this guy? He's not doing, but every other undead, for everybody, hates the living. So to expect them to just be like, well, he's not doing anything bad to his citizens, it's not that easy. Yeah, see, so the ones that talk, animation. So it's very interesting the way they're meshing this. So yeah, I do like, this is a lot better CG than the previous seasons. Like the way they're using it, like with animation. Wow. So yeah, they have no idea what this is. That would be terrifying. Just death that you don't know how or why. Something the dwarves have never done this before. That's a leader. I will say that's a leader. Someone who's willing. That's just spiteful. But yeah, someone who's willing to make that choice of jumping, maybe dying, but saving everyone else. Oh, yeah, so like I said, if something outside the scope, you can only make decisions or make plans based on what you know. You know, the Kogoa think golems, because they don't know anything else, and he thinks someone attacked the Death Knights. The idea of them falling hasn't gotten, you know, he doesn't know the terrain. Right. So, the hard shell. Yes, exactly. Like he's being rude, but he's being right, yes. Yeah, desperation is key. This whole rune scenario is very interesting because this is an obsolete technology. This is like what Nintendo does. Takes old technology that no one really cares about and tries to make something new with it. So it's easier to give over because you're not using it. You know, if it was anyone else but an undead, they probably would have agreed quicker. Yes, step up, Saltier, step up. Another thing I will say about Ainz, he has presence. When he gives one of his speeches, it comes majestically. Even if he's screaming inside his head, he can give a presentation. Same. Which book was that from? When he was in front of Jerknev, and he did the same thing. Exact same sentence.
それは無理じゃ。200年前、ルーン工場輝かしき時代。
すごいです、アインズ様。完全にあいつら心が動いていましたよ。あれほどのことができるのはアインズ様しかおりんせん。
Just have to know people psychology. These people are downtrodden. Their own country hates rune smiths, and you've given them a handful of hope. Yes. It's funny to see what lines Ainz has. Okay, so she hides it in her bow. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe because he wants to find someone else. He's been looking for so long. And, you know, and I will say that this speech, this lecture he's given, is actually a very good lecture. Like, everything he's saying is true. Everything he's saying is great strategy when dealing with an enemy. Yeah. Even though he's wrong now, he's still right ultimately. Which is why Aura yeah, so broken, just broken. These tasks that were supposed to be Herculean, impossible. No problem. So for this episode, let me finish this off now. So for this episode, we were introduced a bit more to one of the leaders of the Kogoa, who was very quick thinking when he saw his people in a just unsalvageable situation. He paid attention to the terrain. He saw his people couldn't defeat the golems, and so he destroyed the bridge. Some of his people died, but he also was willing to sacrifice himself to save the others who weren't, in danger just yet. So, I respect that. I really, really do. I liked seeing him in action. And we had the Council of Drawers, which was shortened. A lot of the scenes there that were in the books didn't make it to the anime, but I like that you get the feeling that they all have the same separate culture. Like, you can't trust someone without drinking. Very, very interesting. And they're not quite as trusting as, say, the villagers who villagers where Enri and Neferia live. Like, they continuously questioned Ainz about his motives. And his speech was amazing. Like, he always gives great speeches because he's a salesman. He might not be a general, or a great strategist, but he is a salesman. He can convince you, like he convinced what was his name? I don't remember his name, but the guild leader. How he convinced him be an adventurer. So he's good at that. He's very good at that. And Saltier, stepping up, getting a bit more confidence. Because before she might not have outshouted Ainz to get their attention, but she's becoming more confident in making choices and decisions, and I really, really like that. What else happened in this episode? Gondo's firmly on their side now. He's seen how powerful Ainz is. Like, first he was just thankful for giving, runesmiths another chance, a place to be appreciated. But now he's begun to see just how powerful Ainz's magic is. He might not know, the extent of it, but now he knows that things that he thought was impossible walk in the park. And is there anything else? Like, once again, CGI and animation meshed a lot better than it did in the third season. Like, this was very, for the mass scenes, they used CGI. You needed to see a lot of Quagoa. But for individuals, like one got his hand cut, his arm ripped off, animation. So those choices, I think, were very good. Because the uncanniness of the Death Knights being always CGI works. But for living creatures, it doesn't work. So I really thought that was a great choice. Is there anything else? Next episode is probably gonna be more slapsticky, I believe, because it's introducing a slapstick character that in the book was ridiculous. So I'm only gonna imagine how ridiculous it's gonna be in the anime. But I am looking forward to it because I did laugh when I was reading about that character. But as far as this last episode, I think I've talked about everything that I can think of. So I'm going to finish off. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, and I hope you continue to have a great day.